Good evening, everyone. Happy Monday evening. Welcome to this episode of Sedgwick Block Marathon Madness. I am outside today. It's been 60 degrees in this area tonight. Is nice and sunny and beautiful. Praise the Lord. So I decided to not be indoors today and to do it outside today. So it's so nice. It's so warm. It's better than what it has been. Oh my gosh. Um, so I just thought, why not do outside? So let's get into it. So today we're talking about, let me find what we're going to discuss today. And I'm your host, Johnson McGain. Nice to meet you if you never met me. So, let's see. So today we're going to discuss, hold on. Season 3, episode 29, starting from the beginning of the Freakshows. And then we're going to also discuss. Let me find it here. And then we're going to discuss. It's not right. Oh, okay. And then we're going to discuss season 4B, episode 27. Um, or whatever it is. Hunter as Lisa's Freaky Monday. So let's start out with starting out from the beginning of the Freak shows, and these are both eighth grade. So starting from the beginning of the Freak show, I believe is a Monday at this point. So he goes to he gets breakfast. He goes to a gym and does his pyramid. Um, and um, so in this episode, Hunter wants to find out how the freak shows began, how the craziness and the drama began at the Brotherhood, and how he can fix it. And one way is that Hunter's going to be a little bit calmer as a leader and as the savage that he is. So during the pyramid, he is a little bit nicer during the pyramid today. Um, he decides to be a little bit nicer during the pyramid. So after the pyramid, he goes to Breakfast Club. It's not really Brotherhood 2.0 anymore, because this is after Vander and Brandon a week or two later. Um, so there's that. Um, so but he does chit chat with Erica. He does chit chat and hang out and do activities with Vander, Way, and Corden. Um, and eats breakfast. They do some activities, and then so in this episode, is trying to find the source of where the Brotherhood is going wrong and what's been causing some issues. Um, but anyway, and he'll find out eventually and tries to, and then works on fixing it. So, um, um, so then he goes to language arts after breakfast club with Miss Hendricks. They do bell work and then they have a lesson and then they work on the Giver book. They're finishing up almost. And then I think they have some like questions over the recent chapter that they read. Um, and then um, and then and then Hunter goes to second period, which is reading, with Miss Warnock. They do like a bell work thing, and then they work on their book that they're working on, and then they have some like a assignment based on the chapter that they read for their book as well, similar to language arts. And then Hunter goes to third period, which is play algebra with Miss Carnell. Um, so they have a bell work like always, and then they have a lesson, and then an activity. Um, Kind of stressful, but he gets through it, and then he goes to lunch. They have his Chinese chicken and egg rolls. It's a Monday, and they have the Brotherhood meeting. They chit chat at their weekend that they had. Let's see, and then he realizes that it's probably him. He is the source of the Brotherhood's troubles and craziness, and the freak show. And just because Hunter, is kind of, shady, kind of like savage and kind of like his way or the highway all year long. And I think that's what Hunter realizes, that maybe he is the problem this time. And the Burhead, maybe that's why the Burhead's been acting out and being crazy and having drama. So he starts out the Burhead meeting as a leader, as a friend, and tells, you know, his assistant, which at this point Aiden, and Camden, who is a good friend of Hunter's at this point, and all his members that are at the lunch meeting, Jared, Camden, Dustin, um, Christopher C, Brendan, all the members, um, Bradley, are at this meeting. He apologizes for all the his way highway stuff and make him do a project and being too controlling as leader, and that he for moving forward will be a little bit nicer, we'll still have fun and stuff. We'll do fun activities like game day and stuff, but he won't force anyone to do anything like game day or anything like that, and that he'll be a little bit more tamer as the leader and as the Brotherhood and as a friend of them. Because remember, before the Brotherhood, they were always friends for a long time during elementary school before this. So he wants to fix things and fix their friendship. So he first admits that maybe he was a little bit crazy on things, a little bit controlling as a leader of the Brotherhood, and he apologizes for those things, and they forgive him. And I think Hunter realizes, okay, maybe it's his leadership that maybe caused the freak show, the craziness, the drama at the Brotherhood. So, and then they forgive Hunter and say that maybe they'll do better, in this Brotherhood, this fun group, and and that they appreciate Hunter apologizing for a little bit being a little bit kind of crazy. Um, and whatnot. Um, so Hunter found himself as the source of creating the freak show of the Brotherhood. It's hard to blame himself and take accountability sometimes, but he realized, okay, maybe I should maybe try to do this, and um, but and then he does the pyramid to the members of the Brotherhood, um, in a nice way. Um, that's not so shady, or crazy, um, which the Brotherhood members appreciate. Um, that the Brotherhood, I mean the pyramid, is actually making sense this time. Moving, hopefully moving forward. Now there will be, spoiler alert, some drama and craziness and the rest of eighth grade pretty much until the lockdown and with the Brotherhood. And then the lockdown we kind of don't really meet as a bird. We don't really have a Brotherhood at this point. Um, but moving forward, he'll do better as a leader. Um, and moving forward, there will be some drama still, which I can't wait to discuss. But you could never not have drama sometimes with a fun group. But hey, but at the end of the day, the Brotherhood are strong and friendship, and that friendships will never go away. And there'll be drama and there'll be craziness, but yeah. But they enjoy lunch and they chit chat some more. And then after lunch, he goes to study hall, which we don't see, um, because there's nothing going on. Boring. And then he goes to Miss Mert's science class. Remember, she is a long-term sub for basically the end of January, pretty much all of February, half of March, until 1 week before the lockdown. Then Miss Fairchild, the week before the lockdown, which we discussed many times. But Miss Mertz, they do the bell work, and then they have a lesson, and then they have like an activity. And then choir with Mr. Neville, same old, same old. Then and then geography with Mr. Wild Winwich. They have the little rant in the beginning throughout the lesson, and then they have an assignment that they do. So, or a project. I think at this point it's probably a project, um, that they've been working on for a while, or they're starting to work on. But this will be a long project, and I'll talk about that more in the future. Um, in a future episode. So, I believe. Um, and then he goes to resource and he gets his assignment done with Erica, Jennifer, Kayla, Hannah, the whole 9 yards. It's kind of stressful, but they get through it. And then the bell rings and he goes home. Now, let's talk about season 4B episode. Um, I need to find out what the actual number is because I don't think it was 20 something. Let me find it here. Because number 4A, 4B is a bit. 4A is one and the whole 9 yards. Let me find it here. That's 4A and then 4B. Yeah, oh, maybe it is. No, I don't like that. Wait, hold on. Where is it? That don't seem right. Well, it might be. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. All right, 4B, episode 26, Hunter as Lisa's Freaky Monday. So this one is during the lockdown. So, and I think this one is also, yeah, Monday. So it is an earning day. So he starts at his day and he pretends to be Lisa, the crazy woman from 600 Pound Life, which is one of Hunter's favorite shows at this point, a time. Um, So this is, like I said, an earning day. He gets breakfast, he gets his cereal, does his little dance, little crazy dance, and then he chit chats with his mom and brother Luke. Um, and then he gets his day started. He starts out with a language arts assignment online for Miss Indrix. Um, and then um, and then he does the reading assignment for Miss Warnock. And then they take a break. He relaxes a little bit, and um, he chit chats with Mom and Luke, he acts like Issa with them, and they think he's crazy. um, and then he has a lunch break, so they go to this. So they go to the location. the park to get their lunch, and then they go back home and they eat lunch and they chit chat and watch TikTok and stuff, do some activities with Luke. I think they even go on the deck for a little bit. Maybe they eat on the deck for like a nice day like today, like a nice spring day in April. And then um let me think. And then he does after lunch. Um, I think he does his geography. There's like they're working on a slideshow thing. So he does that, and then he calls Erica. They chit chat for a little bit, and he acts like Lisa too, and she's kind of what? And then they do the pre-algebra assignment, and then that's it. And then um, we take a break. And then Hunter and Mom do their choir ed puzzle video assignment thing, um, which is about music skills and stuff like that, blah blah blah. And then he does, let's see, science assignment. I think and then that's where he calls it off. And then that's pretty much it for this episode. And this episode says about Marathon Madness. Um, have a marvelous Monday evening, and God bless and protect each and every one of you. And I'll talk to you Tuesday evening for another episode of Szechuan Block Marathon Madness. Enjoy this weather like I am, and I'll talk to you later on.